I can honestly say I have no idea what's even going on anymore with the situation. I have been shocked, shook, and now skeptical. So if you want to hear my take on this whole Jussie Smollett situation, then keep watching. Hello, good people. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving my opinions, my thoughts on this whole Jussie Smollett situation. As I'm sure a lot of you probably already know what I'm talking about, but for those of you who don't, Jussie Smollett, so not Jesse, but Jussie, J-U, Jussie? Anyways, Jussie is a musician slash actor. You may know him from the TV series Empire. At the end of January, I think it was January 29th, he was, and I hate to have to say this word, he was allegedly, I have to just say that for right now, allegedly attacked. So he told the police that basically he was walking at night in Chicago to go get some food, and he heard two men say, like, call him like racist slurs. They probably called him a nigger, with the ER, not that the A would be any different, but they probably called him a nigger, and like ran up to him, attacked him, put a noose around his neck, poured bleach on him, and basically like left him there. So two guys basically jumped him in Chicago one night. So that was the story. Let me preface this video by saying, let me give this disclaimer. I'm filming this video on Monday, February 25th. As you all know, as you're watching this on a Thursday, when you see this video, it will be several days after I have filmed it. And I feel like every day, new details just keep coming up about this story. So, like I said, I'm filming this on a Monday. If some kind of details come out between now and Thursday, obviously I won't have known about it because I can't see into the future. If I did, this whole video would be totally different. So I'm giving details and my opinion based on the facts that I know today. I'm sure tomorrow some other details will come out and it'll make everything I'm saying irrelevant, but you know, for today, this is what I'm saying about this case. Now, when the story first broke, I, like a lot of people, were shocked and just really like, oh my gosh, this is a horrible thing that has happened. So I already feel like ever since this current president has been elected, a lot of people have been more bold. You know, not that he has made people racist, people already were. He just gave them the confidence and the boldness, I guess, to just come out with it. So I feel like a lot of people have been really bold about, you know, being publicly racist. So, you know, that's fine. Out yourself. I need to know who you are anyways. So this situation happening, I just felt like was supporting that idea, that people are just like, you know, boldly racist now that this president has been, you know, elected. So a lot of celebrities really were like tweeting and pouring out their love and their thoughts and their prayers and positive vibes for him. His family even released a statement. I think just talking about, like, voicing their frustration about, you know, what has happened, and they're like, Jussie's being very cooperative with the police and, you know, saying all this stuff, and then more and more details come out, and I'm like, wait, this is a hoax? Wait, what do you mean? Like, I'm just so caught off guard by this entire situation, as I'm sure a lot of you are. Recently, I watched the interview that Jussie did with Robin. I think her name is Robin Mead. I recently watched that interview, and there's a couple of things in the interview that I kind of want to point out. Okay, so in the interview with Robin, he says that he was on his way to like Walgreens or like, and then to Subway to get food, and it was like 1 or 2 a.m., you know, because he was hungry. And I thought, you're real bold to be walking around in Chicago dead of night to go get some food. I mean, I've been hungry in the middle of the night and I've gone out, but I've gone in a car, number one. And number two, I wasn't alone. Not that that makes what happened to him, if this really happened, not that that makes what happened to him like good or like he deserved it, but it was just something in the back of my mind that I was just like, why are you out by yourself walking in Chicago? Like that's just a little side note that I was like, oh, you real bold to be, walking around like that. But that's just a thought that I had. Number two, he said, so he was walking and he heard someone say empire, and then he could hear somebody say, some kind of racist slur to him. He said the person said it to him. He turned around and was like, what the F did you say to me? Now, I don't know if it's because I'm a woman, one, and two, that I'm black. But if in the middle of the night, as I'm walking around in Chicago, if I hear an aggressive, violent phrase, what I'm not going to do is turn around and escalate an already dangerous situation and be like, what the F did you say to me? Like, I'm not going to invite the person who's already angry to attack me because I don't have a gun or anything to defend myself. I mean, I'm 5'1". I can't, like, I turn around and see this masked person, two masked men, or he said at the time he saw one guy in a mask. I don't know how tall he was. I don't know his measurements, but at that point, I'm going to not focus on whatever ego I have. I'm gonna try to save myself first, okay? I understand that he didn't want to be seen as like a punk or like a victim. Like, you're not gonna say whatever you want to say to me and me not say anything. Usually that is the case, but right now it's 2 a.m. in Chicago, aka Chirac, okay? It's dangerous. Call me a punk if you want, but if somebody is yelling those things at me and I'm by myself and it's dark and I don't really have a way to defend myself, what I'm not going to do is turn around and invite them to come and fight me even more. They already want to do harm to me. I'm going to run, or I'm going to get to some place that's like well lit, or that's just what I'm going to do because I want to save myself first. And I just feel like that's a dangerous encounter to get into, especially in Chicago, because his organs would have went fast on the black market, is what I'm saying. Like, you don't know how that could have went. But I understand that he doesn't want to be taken advantage of. But I was like, bruh, you have to be mindful of what you answer to. Also, you have to pick and choose your battles wisely. I just feel like at that time, it wasn't a time to be Superman. It was a time to save yourself, save your life, That person could have had a gun. It could have went, way worse. So don't try to be Superman in like the middle of the night, 2 a.m. with some masked guy. I don't know what he got. I don't know if he got a crew. Let me save myself first. Okay? I feel like that's just common sense. And so basically in this interview with Robin, I feel like the central theme or like the big message that Jussie really wanted to get across was no one's going to be able to do anything to him without him retaliating. He ain't no punk. He's going to fight back. Whether he's fighting as a black man or as a gay man. Like, he basically was wanting to say, he wanted everyone to know, like, don't try me. So that was the big central theme I feel like he was trying to push in that interview. Knowing what I know now, I'm wondering, who was that specifically targeted to? Now, was he saying that to like the writers and the producers of Empire? Because I thought I was hearing something about they were wanting to they were wanting to cut his character, or they weren't paying him enough, or I think he was unhappy with what was going on with Empire, and I think he thought he was being taken advantage of. So watching the interview now and listening to his whole spiel about fight back and you're not gonna be able to do whatever, I feel like that message was really for the writers and producers of Empire and not really for us. But that's just, again, knowing what we know now and me watching the interview. So I was totally expecting the story to go like, bad thing happens, they investigate and find the guy or guys go to jail, Jussie becomes an advocate for Black and LGBTQ rights forever and ever. Okay, so that's how I was expecting the story to unfold. Then, like, all of these details just keep popping up every day that kind of makes me go from, like I said at the beginning of this video, shocked to shook to now skeptical. So the first detail that comes out, I don't even know if this is the first detail, but I'm hearing something about, was this a hoax? Like, did he orchestrate this attack to happen on himself? people were saying like, oh, he orchestrated this to happen to himself because he knew the two guys. At that time I was like,
so it don't really matter. Like, people get attacked by people they know all the time. Friends fight in the street. You know, like, it doesn't matter that he knew them. They still attacked him.
So, I'm still trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm still trying to do the innocent till proven guilty thing. I'm still trying to, like, defend him. Then the video comes out of, like, the two men that he knew at a store buying all of the ski masks or whatever. Like they're preparing for the attack. And then a check for $3,500 that he had written to them. Now it's getting real hard for me to defend you. Like, what am I supposed to say now? Now I'm more on the side of like, okay, are you playing with me? Are you playing with us? Like, let's look into this a little bit more, because now things are just not adding up. So now I'm trying to figure out in my mind, like, why? He turned himself in. He's cooperating with the police, but let's just say this is a hoax. Like, why would he do this? So Eddie Johnson, that's the black guy, the superintendent of Chicago PD, said he did it to, like, further his career. So I can kind of see that, I guess. That same superintendent, so he did an interview on Good Morning America, also with Robin, and he said that the two guys who are Nigerian brothers, the two guys who accepted the money from Jussie, said that is what the money was for. It was for the attack. Even though on the check it says, like, nutrition and fitness plan. So now there's two stories about this check. The one story is Jussie wrote the check to these two guys because he was going to do a music video and he wanted them to give him, like, a meal plan and, like, a fitness plan to get his body right. That's what's written on the check. And then they analyzed some text messages between Jussie and the guys, and that's what the texts say as well. But then when the two men are in police custody, they were only going to keep them for 48 hours. On the 47th hour, the two brothers say, like, yeah, we accepted the money to do the attack. Now, the superintendent, Eddie Johnson, says the two boys, the two guys, their lawyer goes in and talks to them on the 47th of this 48 hours that they're going to keep them. And then after that, they come with the story like,
yeah, we took the money for the attack.
So I don't really know the truth around that. It just brings more skepticism into this, confusing me even more now. So basically now I'm sitting here on, when you guys watch this, the last day of Black History Month, aka Black Excellency Month, thinking, wow, this is a horrible way to end out this whole month. Because, like, who's lying? Is Jussie lying? Is Chicago PD really trying to frame him and bring a black man down? Or are the brothers lying? So if they really attacked him and they weren't in cahoots with Jussie, then they're dumb criminals who are trying to save face at this point because they got caught by saying, oh he paid us to do it. Yeah, that's right. If that's what actually happened. If Jussie is lying and he really did orchestrate this whole thing, it means two things. One, he's a really good actor, and maybe Empire should keep him, but I think they suspended him now. And two, he's not good at, like, thinking things all the way through. Because what happens, Jussie, if and when the police find these two guys, do you think that they're gonna ride for you for $3,500 all the way to the end? Listen, if you're gonna hire somebody to commit a crime for you on your behalf, you better have more than $3,500 for them to split. Like, when it comes down to it, when them police are in there, they're talking to them about, like, you're gonna do jail time, prison time, what is $3,500 then to them? They're gonna save themselves and throw anybody under the bus. So if he really did orchestrate this, he needed to have given them more money. And then what happens when they get caught? You gotta think this all the way through. So this might just be like a sloppy job. And if Chicago PD is framing him, I'm just gonna say that's not a far-fetched idea. I'm not gonna say, like, oh, that's the craziest. Why would police departments ever try to incriminate black people? Like, so I'm not gonna just totally throw that away because that's believable. I don't feel like that's an idea that we need to throw away. So then it's like, are they trying to frame him? But then, like, why would they be trying to frame him? Like, what do they have to gain by making him out to be a monster? Like, there's so many thoughts going through my head, and I just need to see how this ends. So, if Jussie is lying, I still would not be shocked by that interview he did with Robin Meade. So he's like crying in the interview, and he's just talking about how, like, if he were to lie, this would totally take away from other victims of hate crimes, which I totally agree with. But if it comes out, you know, after all this that he was lying, I'm not gonna be like, what? You lied? How did you lie? You were on the video crying. Listen. So I'm a social worker, and I've previously worked at schools. So I worked at this like middle school / high school. I have seen people look me like dead in the eye and lie when they know we have like video evidence, because you know some of the schools have like videos in the hallway. They know that I have access to these videos, have already seen them do the thing in the hallway, but they are adamant. I did it. I did it. I did it. And I'm like I'm not saying it out loud, but I'm like, you do know I have you on video. Like I've seen the video of you. Like, do you know that? We could show them the video. We have like 10 people with all the same story. We have like their cell phone. We have like everything. And we're actually trying to give them a chance to just like, you know, own up. Take it to the grave. No, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I'm like, what? So it does not surprise me that people, even with a whole bunch of evidence, will still deny that they've done something. It wouldn't surprise me. If he lied and he orchestrated this whole thing and he's crying on that interview, it wouldn't surprise me. I've seen people lie and lie and lie, even with the evidence right here. They're looking at the evidence. Nope, wasn't me. Nope, that's not me. With the hoops and the red lips and the locks and the shirt with the roses on it that I'm wearing right now as I'm talking to you, wasn't me. What, Shaggy? It was you. Let's stop it. So I really need to see how this ends. I'm on the fence. I can't defend any one person at this point. I, like you all, will just need to see how it ends. I don't know. Oh, I forgot to say. So the superintendent of Chicago PD, whatever, Eddie Johnson, he told Robin Meade on Good Morning America that there is still a whole bunch of evidence that they have not released to the public yet that supports the fact that Jussie orchestrated this. So I'm like, what else do you have? Just give it to me all at once. Stop breaking my heart over and over and over again. You know, like I'm still trying to, I don't know, still trying to believe, but you know. So I don't know what other evidence he has, but he was speaking real confidently on Good Morning America that he's like, don't believe it. No, I don't believe it. All right, everyone, that is it for another video. Please let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the situation. Who do you think is lying? If you think Jussie is lying, why do you think he's lying? I really want to hear what you guys think about this. I will be back with another video next Thursday. We got a date at 8 is what I'll always say. I live in Florida, so you know that's this time zone. So next Thursday at 8, I'll be back with another video. Please don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.